Hi everybody, this is Stephanie from Yale Alumni Live, a member of the Regional Clubs team at the YAA. We are so excited to be live in the third reunion weekend, third and final, home stretch for everybody. We are right now in the 25th reunion tent on Old Campus, and I am joined by three of my colleagues from Yale Hospitality who are going to tell us about a fun little twist that we have going on in the tent this year. And they are, introduce yourselves.
Dan Flynn.
Hi, I'm Bob Sullivan.
Hi, I'm Jen Currier.
And so we're going to just talk a little bit about Dan and Bob and Jen's Yale experience because they've all been here for quite some time. We're very lucky to have some amazing, loyal staff. So we're going to go through their Yale stories like we always do on Yale Alumni Live. And then we're going to talk about this little artifact sitting right in front of us. So Dan, tell us just a little bit about your Yale experience, maybe a favorite memory.
My favorite events are all tied to the standard events that happen every year for students. The freshmen move in,
Yes.
First year student move in, the fall fest we do, the holiday dinner is a big one. Lots of memories from that. And then, of course, commencement and reunions.
Yeah, and we are
Always a good
deep in
time.
reunions this year.
It's great to see everyone come back and the looks on their face and
Yeah.
the excitement bringing their children.
We love
Really
it.
great. Yeah.
We love it. Thank you so much for being here. Bob, I know you have a special story for us, so go for it.
Sure, I always have a story for something, but yeah, I've been here 33 years, and so I've seen a lot of commencements and reunions and move-ins, etc. And they really are kind of the highlight of our year, in particular reunions. We really love this time of year. But my favorite story is probably when I got to experience commencement as a parent when my son graduated a few years ago, because it was the first time I didn't have to work commencement in my life, so it was very nice. But yeah, this is all of these events are just great, and that's what we kind of live for in this department.
Yeah, that's amazing. And it's very evident. Everyone is hard at work behind us right now. You guys can't see that, but it has been full speed for several weeks now. So we're really grateful to your team for all their hard work. Jen, tell us about your Yale experience, maybe your favorite memory.
So I think my favorite memory was the very first reunion that I worked back in 2019
Yeah.
was the students coming back and asking to see the staff. Like just knowing that our staff makes that lasting impression on the students, to me is truly memorable. So that to me is the best of what we do.
I love that. That's such a great point. We have some like incredible staff members here that really become part of the families. I mean, that's the whole thing with the residential colleges. It's home and it feels like home, and you guys have such a heavy hand in that. So thank you. So we're going to talk a little bit about this piece of furniture that we have in front of us. You know, when alumni come back, or when I have alumni on Yale Alumni Live, one of the big questions we always ask them is like, okay, put your stake in the ground. What's your favorite pizza place? And obviously there's a couple regular favorites, but one that is no longer with us, but we have preserved here, is Wall Street Pizza, formerly Naples, right? Naples Pizza. Lots of memories. I think it was 75-ish years that they were.
1948 it opened up.
1948. You weren't here in 1948
no,
eating
you
pizza, right?
1848 I was here.
Oh, well, I mean, okay, so you really should be in charge of this episode.
Been here a long time.
I think a lot of people have great memories of that pizza place, but we're standing in front of something really special. So tell us a little bit about how we got here and how this got here.
How this got here, sure. So when COVID hit campus in 2020, our department had a lot of issues on feeding, and one of the thoughts was to open up these big feeding places, maybe in a tent like this, maybe put a tent on cross campus. And so one of the places we went and looked at was Naples. Okay. It had an indoor and an outdoor. It was closed at that point, and it didn't end up working out for us. It was in disarray, and it needed some upgrades. But while we were in there, we were looking around, and as we always do, and we said, boy, those are kind of cool. I wonder what's going to happen with those. If this place is getting changed into a classroom or something. So I reached out to facilities and asked that question, and they said, go take what you want. So I just didn't want to let them go. So we took them, put them in storage at West Campus. And then this year, when Jen and her team was putting together their ideas on how to execute the 25th reunion here, they were looking for a bar top. They said, boy, wouldn't it be cool to bring those tables back onto campus? And everyone seemed to be on board with it. They were all really excited. And the best thing about it is, reunions are all about coming back to Yale, right? And going and seeing your old dorm room and going to some special place on campus that meant a lot to you. Well, somebody carved these names, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, somebody did over the 70 year that place was open. Somebody carved these names in there. Somebody looked at it, Granted, I don't think anyone's going to find their name.
Well, we might have some reunion people watching who are now issued a
You never know.
challenge to come find their name.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, they're here and they're at Pearson.
Oh, okay,
But
awesome.
the special thing is, if you do, we come and look at it. Maybe you don't find your name, but it brings you back.
Absolutely.
It brings you back to that place when you actually did that destruction to somebody's table.
Although I think at
Pizza
Yale, it
place.
seems to be like a really solid tradition. A lot of
does.
tables seem
They're
to be
in
carved
Maury's.
around town, huh?
Yeah, they're in Maury's also. But so that's why that's
I love
that's
it.
how they got here. We're really glad we could do this.
It's amazing.
And we're getting a lot of good reactions out of it from the alum that have come back.
I'm excited for everybody to see them. Bob, what are your like favorite memories? You said you spent a good amount of time there.
Oh yeah. So again, as Dan alluded to, there was a time when we were trying to find other options for eating during the beginning of COVID, and it had to be grab and go. So we thought that people could just walk in the front door, kind of relive their memories of walking into Wall Street or Naples Pizza, and then walk out with their to-go boxes. And so when that didn't work out, we started looking at the kitchen equipment, and there really wasn't anything that was less than like 40 years old. And so, but the one thing that was really neat that we said, wow, this is amazing, was these tables, as Danny said. So Dan is a kind of a jack of all trades, so he looks at things in a different light than anyone else that I know does. And he said, wow, we could redo this and turn it into something really neat. So, you know, I remember going in there and they used to make their own beer.
Yeah.
It wasn't really very good beer, but they made their own beer, and that was before all the breweries popped up in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And so there's those kinds of memories for people. There was this like cinnamon toast they used to serve there. I remember that was great. There was all kinds of things. So it wasn't just about pizza.
Right.
I also remember when they got closed down because they were serving underage Yale students there for a while.
Not their fault,
But-
I'm sure.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know,
no, definitely
but
not.
but it has so many different memories
it
for so
does.
many different people, and not just undergrads.
Yeah.
Because you know you had faculty and staff and graduate students, undergraduate students.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a melting pot for
Yep.
Yale.
I was just going to
So,
say that. Yeah.
As Danny said, to see these tables, and there's a bunch of them here that he made into cocktail tables, and then a couple of different places, again, they're the bars.
Yeah.
So I think that people should try to come back here and find their engraving.
Absolutely.
I think I did engrave something in here one time, but I probably had some of that beer and don't remember what it was.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. As someone who grew up in New Haven, one of my memories of that place was related to the beer also, and of course, like of legal drinking age. But I was with some Yale friends, and their trick to that beer was to pour some salt in it.
Oh.
So I don't know if that was a really good tip or not, but same experience.
Whatever it takes.
Right, whatever it takes to get that down, right, with your pizza. Jen, how do you feel about seeing these here at reunions?
I think it's the history of the whole thing,
Yeah.
you know, and it brings me back to the dining halls themselves. Like, we will take brown butcher paper and put it on the tables during special events, especially like Thanksgiving time, and have kids write messages or have the staff write, so we don't want them carving in the dining room tables.
Do not carve in the dining room
But
tables.
the butcher paper is great because it's a way for us to communicate with them if we can't see them directly.
I love
so
that.
This is a lot of history, and I think it's amazing.
It's really special. We're going to get some close-ups of all of the tables here in the bar. But what I will say, since we're live and no one can stop me, is alumni who are here at Reunion, come and see if you can find your name. If you can, take a picture and tag us at Yale Alumni on Instagram, and we will repost it. We are just so grateful to your team for taking the time to be here with us today, for everybody working wildly all over campus for the next couple of days that have been. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for caring about our students and alumni and making this really special tradition stay a part of our community. We're grateful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Well,
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be live
you all.
other days. Come back and see us. Thanks, everybody.